Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Sally Roper coming from Montego Bay, Jamaica. And I just want to start this message by talking a little bit about Hurricane Melissa, which slam dunked my community about 3 weeks ago. And I've never been through anything quite like this. It was a Category 5 hurricane with gusting winds of 235 mile an hour, sustained winds of 175 mile an hour. The buildup started at about, I would say about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. It was at its worst in the middle of the day. And then probably by about dusk and 6 or 7 o'clock, we could start to open up doors and windows, depending upon which way your house was facing, and start to survey a little bit of the damage. It's catastrophic. It is, well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see the news that you were getting because, of course, we had no power and we had no internet, we had no services whatsoever, we had no water. And that went on for a good few weeks. So last week, power and water restored, and miraculously, I have my internet back. And I'm one of the lucky ones because there's a great many communities that are not in this situation. At that point, I did have an opportunity to review my last video, of which I received numerous comments about stay safe, be careful, and I thank you all for your concern. It means so much to me that people would make the effort to say, Sally, we're thinking about you in this terrible, terrible time. Anyway, Montego Bay is on its way to recovery. I was driving home from the supermarket the other day and looked up into the hills, which were 2 weeks ago were just brown and no sign of life. Trees had no leaves. It is unbelievable. And yesterday I started to see the green coming back, and it's very emotional because unless people can't imagine what it is to live through something like this, and I was one of the lucky ones where I was staying was not damaged too badly, but people have lost their homes, their livelihood. What can I say? If anybody's interested in doing any kind of relief, I suggest the Red Cross. My husband was affiliated with Sandals Resorts, and they have a Sandals Foundation. And if you want to make donations still, because this is going to be an ongoing road to recovery, where it's going to take months and years to restore Montego Bay back to its former glory. So anyway, there's lots of ways you can help, and for anybody wishing to do so, I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I am okay. I'm one of the fortunate ones, but there are many people out there whose lives are forever changed. So again, I thank you all for your kind thoughts and wishes as I went through Hurricane Melissa. All right, so let me get on to the kiln opening, which is the purpose of this video, of course. So last video, you know that I had some glazing issues, and so I did what I could to fix the glaze, the eggshell glaze that was giving me the most amount of problems. And I came across another glaze that I wanted to use, and I was experiencing the same thing as the last time in restoring my eggshell glaze. And even just opening up the lid to let the kiln cool a little bit so I could get this video done before the sun gets too warm. And I'm already starting to see some recurring issues, and that's okay. It's all a learning process. Even though I've been doing this for 15 years, you never stop learning. So let me get on with the unloading of the kiln. There's not a lot of stuff in here, but I do have a show coming up this weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'm in a bit of a rush to try and get things done because I lost a lot of time. I lost at least a month of much needed pottery time to prepare for the shows that are coming up. But anyway, here we go. And I have my gloves because the kiln is still a bit warm and I don't want to hurt myself. And I have my book that has all the glazing, even though I just did the glazing a couple of days ago. Sometimes you forget. But let me get, I'm not as prepared as I should be, but anyway, let me get going. So the first piece I want to show you is a winner. And this is Cobalt by Coyote, and it's like a celadon. Anyway, it's a really nice bowl. I do like making bowls, and I had a little bit of an issue with the rim, so I decided to alter it and modify it, and it's come out pretty nicely. So this is about 12 inches across and about 7 inches tall. So it's a really nice bowl. And again, I love the way Coyote, this glaze breaks over any type of surface decoration. So that's nice. So these are some remakes from last week. Anyway, interestingly enough, I had a little bit of, I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to rush this, and let me just not rush it, okay? So anyway, these are some replacements. Again, a little bit of crazing and crawling. I don't know what it is. It's just the glaze has pulled away from the body. I saw a little bit of cracking when it was drying, and there's no damage to this one at all. This is Opulence Smoky Mountain Mist, and the flowers are decorated with Stroke and Coat. I did 2 pretty thick coats of the color for the flower and the olives, and then I covered it with Mark's Wax On, and then I dipped them into Smoky Mountain Mist. So this one I got crazing, and this one I didn't, but this will give you an idea of really how beautiful this glaze is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit more water and thin it out. I can't remember at what time in the process I glazed this particular piece, but even on the outside of the rim, you can see where the glaze has pulled away from the piece, and whatever. So that's what I'll try and sell it, but some people like that kind of effect. I happen to know it's a defect, but other people will enjoy it for what it is. Oh yes, and I have a garlic dish. So I have a tool that does that inlay, I guess. Yeah. So this is eggshell. So this is the one I had so much trouble with last time, and I just watered it down and got it to a much thinner consistency, and it's behaving like it should. So let's just hope the rest of what I have in my kiln also follows suit and behaves. Yep, so it does look like the eggshell has behaved, and I've solved my problem. That and another flower one. And there's no evidence. Well, a little bit on the outside here, but hopefully that won't matter. And this one is Cobalt. Again, it's Stroke and Coat to decorate the flowers. 2 pretty heavy coats. Okay, so for a girlfriend of mine, I made these candle holders, and they'll have a small candle inside and a little hurricane shade. Anyway, they came out perfect. So these were also a remake from the firing, my last firing, where the eggshell was not behaving properly. So you can see this time it's back to its former glory and will continue to be my favorite glaze. And this is a spoon rest, and and another spoon rest. So I am in a bit of a hurry to get this video done and to get these pieces sanded and wrapped because they're going to Kingston. And I have somebody who's driving to Kingston in the next couple hours, so I'm anxious to get these pieces out of the kiln so I can get them packaged and get them to my daughter, who's going to deliver them for me. Okay, so this one is my first time doing this combination. So this is a full dip in eggshell, as I said. I'm really happy, and it's behaving the way it should. And the sun is rising. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, so you're going to get some weird shadowing, and I'm sorry for that. What I did on the outside is I just did Norse blue, which is, I think, a Mako glaze. And anyway, I've not really used it before, but I like what it's done. This is not crazing. This is just the way the glaze broke, and I believe pastable eggshell to outside. Okay, so what I did was on the outside, I did 2 layers of the Norse blue, and then on the bottom third, I just did 1 layer because, again, I wasn't sure about the run between these 2 glazes, and I really like it. I like the color of this blue. It's really pretty. So so that's it. And I have 4 of these, so I won't bother show you the other 3 unless there's something remarkable about it. But I have 4 of these in the kiln. Okay, and these, I call them my holy luminaries, and this is just done in Opulence Sea Spray, and I have a pair of these. There might be a 3rd one in there. Anyway, they came out really nice. Again, Opulence Sea Spray and Eggshell are my 2 favorite glazes. There's no doubt about that, and you all know it. Okay, so this is good news. So there's the 3rd one, and so this is the Smoky Mountain Mist. So it's the same glaze as the first dish I showed you that had that little bit of crawling. So you can see that whatever I've done, I've fixed it. There's nothing on the inside. These have come out really well. So when I saw the flower dish, I was a little worried about these, but there's no damage to them whatsoever. They're really, really nice. So this is Opulence Smoky Mountain Mist. It's a beautiful glaze, and you can see the color that breaks over the holes. Like, that's really pretty, and that's natural. I don't do anything to that at all. And this is my eggshell. I do have a little bit of crawling here on the bottom, but you won't see that because the candle will hide that. And so I have 2 of those, and this is eggshell. So, like I said, this is the Norse blue and eggshell combination. And I do have some spots. I don't know what that's from. It certainly wasn't there in the glazing. So maybe it was something flying around inside my kiln. So I'm going to give my kiln a vacuum. Anyway, these are really pretty. And if somebody doesn't mind those spots, it's a nice set. Again, Smoky Mountain Mist and Cobalt. So they're nice. And I do apologize for you're getting my back when I'm taking out the shelves and the furniture. It just is what it is, and it's real-time video. So this I'm really proud of now that I see it. So this is my first time making a moon jar, and all I can say is wow with how this glazing has turned out. It is close to what I was looking for. I was looking for more of a gray, but anyway. So this is, please excuse me, this is dipped in eggshell, and I do have a little bit of crawling on the top inside rim, but the outside is spectacular. So what I did was I did a full dip in eggshell. Then I did a very thick layer of Cirrus Flow, which is an Amico glaze. And then on top of the Cirrus Flow, I did 2 coats of Satin Oribe. And then I did kind of one, just kind of sloshing it around so that I would get this unevenness at the bottom, and as nice as it transitions from the color into the lightness of the eggshell. But that is a winner. And guess what? I have 2 of them. So they've come out better than I could have anticipated, and I hope to sell them, but I also hope that if one doesn't sell, I can keep it, because I really like it. Good thing I know the potter and I can make another one. Okay, I just have 2 pieces left in here, and this is a trademark piece of mine. It's just called a leaf bowl, and again, it's about 12 inches across, 6 inches, maybe 6.5 inches tall. And signature for me is I always put a dragonfly in my cutouts. And anyway, this is Opulence Sea Spray, and I just love it. Okay, one more piece. And this is the one that I was really interested in. So let me just have a quick Cirrus Flow top quarter. So, okay, that's not it. Do Cirrus Flow blue or teal. Okay. And with, okay. So this one, I did a full dip in Sea Spray, and then I did a very heavy layer of Cirrus Flow here, and then I did blue rutile. And what I did was I did three really heavy coats of blue rutile, probably maybe about 2 inches. And the Cirrus Flow did exactly what it did. It allowed the blue rutile to flow down the flow down the jar, the jug, vase, whatever it's going to be used for. Anyway, and then what I did is I got a lot of blue rutile on my paintbrush, and I just put dollops here and just let them run. And so I'm getting all these little drips here, but they're not raised. They're still very flat and whatever. So to me, this just might be the winner of the lot. Anyway, with this being said, that's it. That's my kiln unloading. I have one more that I'm going to be doing next week in preparation for a show next weekend. So I want to thank you all very much again for all of your kind wishes as I endured the wrath of Hurricane Melissa. I do know a lot of you were very concerned. And again, if you want to help out, my recommendation is to watch out for scams and false sites that are up for donations. I can recommend the Red Cross, as I would recommend in any bit of a traumatic situation. And here in Jamaica, I also recommend the Sandals Foundation. My husband worked with Sandals for over 40 years, and he worked very heavily with the Sandals Foundation in supporting that cause. And I know that every dollar that you put into that foundation will also go to the needy people of Jamaica. So thank you all very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next week when I do part 2 of getting ready for this show. Anyway, have a really wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, and I know a lot of you will be happy to know I survived the hurricane. So thank you all very much. Thank you.